Hello winners, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you another method of cutting your basic 6-piece skirt. Okay, over here I have 6 yards of Ankara, so I'm going to start making my 6-piece skirt by first of all folding it into 2. Okay, here I'm going to be using 23 inches or 24 inches rather for the first fold. Okay, you can fold it as much as you want. The larger you fold, the more fuller your skirt will be at the very edge of it, and of course the more material, more of your fabric that will be going for it. Okay, so I think 24-25 inches maximum is ideal for the first fold. Now you can see I folded it into 4 again. This is 2 pieces, this is the third, and this is the fourth. Okay, so this first piece here is going to be giving me my middle front, while this other 1 inch here that I've given is for my zipper allowance. So that means this 2 pieces here will be giving me my back part of the skirt. Now this first piece here and this other one will be giving me the middle front and back only. The 2 sides are not included yet. We'll be cutting out that out later. Okay, so this one is for my middle front, this other 2 is for my middle back. The sides will be drafted out later. Now we go back to our measurements. Okay, so the waist to full length for this skirt is 40 inches. I'm going to be making it 41 inch, and then I'll start marking out my length. So I've gone ahead to mark out our waistline, hip line, and of course our above the knee line, and this will serve as our full length line. So the first thing I want to do is that from this middle front here, I'm going to be marking out my bust span, which is my dart allowance, from the waist down to the above the knee line. And for this skirt, my bust span is that I'll be using is 4 inches. So I'm going to be marking out, not from this zip allowance side, or from the middle front. You mark out your 4 inches and stop at your above the knee. You want to use your ruler to connect all the lines so that it will be in a straight line, please. Okay, so from this 4 inches point at the above the knee line, now I'm going to be drawing out a slanting line from that point to meet at this full length line here at the edge. Okay, like this. Now let me quickly state here, if I were to be sewing a 6-piece skirt that has a train at the back, this 4 inches line, 1 inch zip allowance line would have been wider. That means I would have made my fold wider, maybe up to 30-35 inches, and then from there to I'll slant outside for my chain. But I'm not making a train. The back of my 6-piece skirt is going to go straight, so that's why I'm leaving 1 inch zip allowance from the waistline down to the full length line. So that I'm done with this, I'm going to be cutting it out, of course, and then I'll show you. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut out, okay, on the border lines, and as you can see now, okay, so this will now give me the middle front, okay, and the middle back of our skirt, and this will also give me the middle back of our 6-piece skirt, as you can see. So it's now remaining the sides for the back and the front. That means 4 sides. So guys, to make the 4 sides, that is 2 sides for the front and 2 sides for the back, I've also gone ahead to fold my material again into 4. So 1, 2 will give me the 2 front side, left and right. 1, 2 again will give me the 2 back sides, left and right. And after making my fold, how many inches do I have? I have about 22 inches wide. You can make yours wider or even smaller depending on the kind of material, amount of material you have. So now to do this effectively, okay, so we bring back our front middle piece. This is the front middle piece that I used in cutting out the first time, if you remember correctly. Okay, let me turn it this way. You can actually turn it this way or this way, but let me work with this way. So I'm going to place it on this 4-piece fold, ensuring that it is exactly at the edge, okay, like this. And then I'm going to trace it out. Okay, this is the waistline, and of course this is the dart. It is very important for you to trace this part out, because this is the part that will be joining with this side. Okay, so it has to be equal. If it is not equal, it won't come out well, it won't lap very well. Of course, you know you cannot fit a circle shape into a square shape correctly, so this side have to align very well. Then from here I mark my hip line. I can still see the line very well, or you can carry your tape and still continue to mark your waist to hip or above knee, but I can see my lines very well from here. So is still visible, I'm doing that. So this is my waist, my hip, and my above the knee line. So after tracing this part, you don't trace this middle part, okay? You only trace this open end to the side. So after tracing it, I'm going to remove it. I'm done with that. So now I'll go back to my measurements, okay? For this skirt, my round waist is 9 1/4, okay? 9 1/4, and from that 9 1/4, I've removed 4 inches for the dart. The bust span of the waist here is 4 inches, if you remember correctly. So 9 1/4 minus 4, that will be left with 5 1/4. So from this line here, I want to mark out on my waist 5 1/4. Remember, it is the waist measurement we are using, so it has to be marked on the waistline exactly. So 9 1/4 minus 4 inches for the middle front will be left with 9 1/4. So that by the time you sew this part to it, at the end of the day, you still have your original round waist of 9 1/4. As you can see, this is the middle front plus this line plus here would give you back 9 1/4, as you can see here very well. So the same thing goes for the hip. For the hip, I have 10 inches. 10 inches minus 4. 10 inches minus 4. Here, this is 4 inches. It will give me 6 inches. So from this line that I traced out on the hip side, I'm going to be marking out 6 inches. So that by the time you join this to it, you will still have your 10 inches. As you can see, I'm still having 10 inches here for the hip. Now, as usual, when we get to the above knee point, whatever we have at the hip, we normally minus by half of an inch or 1 or 2 inches, depending on how tight you want it to be. So here is 6. I'll be minusing just 1 inch at the above the knee line here to make it 5. As you can see, let me connect my shapes together. Please use your hip curve, your fresh curve if you have any. Okay, so this is now my shape for the sides. I'll go ahead and add my allowances. From the waist, I'll be adding 3 inches allowance. Yes, I like to give big allowances depending on what my clients order for. So, but above the knee points here, I'm going to reduce it by 1 inch to give it 2 inches. But for the waist and the hip line, the allowances there is 3 inches. You can give whatever allowance you wish to have. You can even make yours 1 inch. There is no challenge with that at all. So from this allowance line at the knee curve, above the knee point, I'm going to be slanting out the line to meet with this other edge of the fold, of the 4 folds here that I made. So I'm going to be slanting out. Okay, so now this part will give me the 4 sides of my 6 pieces skirt. I'm going to go ahead and cut throughout like this on the border lines, this chalk line that I've drawn now, and then I'll show you. So I'm done cutting out the sides, as you can see now. So this will now give me my 4 sides, 2 for the front, 1 2 for the front piece, and another 2 for the back. Let me quickly show you how. So this is my middle back, like I said earlier. Let me arrange it for you guys to see very well. Okay, this is the zip sides. Okay, so one of this now, well, this is the hip side of course you can see the shape, so that means it will be going, this one will be going this way when I'm fixing, and I'm going to be fixing it like this. Okay, make sure that it aligns very well. I'm going to be sewing it together from the waist, starting from the upper part to the waist, with half of an inch allowance all the way down, and by the time I open it, it will give me one side of the back. So the same thing goes for this other side as well. Okay, I'm going to be placing it this way. Make sure it aligns very well. Sew it with half of an inch allowance, and by the time I open it, it's going to be giving me the back, the other side of the back piece. And of course, then I'll go ahead, cut out. If you want to do full lining, you must have cut out your lining separately. But if it is half lining, you first of all join this side, that side, before you cut out your line, and of course do your zip side. So that is for the back piece. Let me quickly fold this in and then show you how the front piece will look like. So this is the front middle piece we earlier cut out at first with the front back. So this side will be going like this as well. Okay, so you will want to sew it first like this, to give you this side, and of course this other part you sew it this other way also, like this, using half of an inch allowance to give you this other side of the front piece. And tada, you are done. Thanks so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. You can also join us on Facebook for further updates at Belwin Creations Community as our group. Alright, thanks for watching. Until I come away again next time. Bye.